Hello to Tish, who's saying hello to Bridgetti and myself, and I'll drop a picture from the screen and you can see me. Now it's the start. We've got one of the two of us is here and we're good to go. So I'm going to take that off the screen and say welcome to the show. Now we've got one or two new features in the show today and we're looking forward to talking about them. I could tell you about them myself, but I know Bridgetti's somewhere around, so we'll just wait a moment for Bridgetti, because it is Bridgetti and Steven in discussion. So, welcome. If you want to be a guest on the show, because we've got 2 spare seats, you can type guest and you can join us on camera. If you're watching on replay, today we're going to be talking about being a guest in other people's shows, black belt bots with RJ Redden, show cards, Ladies Go Live, and Heart Mind Conversations with Cheryl Piper. Our theme today is promoting others, and we're going to be talking about a brand new BeLive.tv partner program, which was released yesterday. Now, that is an affiliate scheme, and you can register, and we'll tell you how to register shortly. And I've been having great fun over the last couple of days. I discovered a new piece of software. It's called Caster.io. And this morning, I, from my phone, broadcast to YouTube, Twitch, and Periscope from my mobile phone to all of them at the same time, and using Caster.io. And I'll post a link later. And as I said a moment ago, type guest to join us on camera. Now I'm just going to check on Bridgetti, and that's that done. And whilst Bridgetti is, we do a show on Tuesdays which is called I Live Here. Now I can see in my lobby that we're going to have an I Live Here special, because Alfredo has joined me in the lobby and he's out and about. So let's take advantage of that and bring in Alfredo.
Hi, Stephen. Thanks for having me.
Right, it's good to see you.
Thank you for bringing me on. I Live Here special. Did you want me to give you a tour of San Pedro's restaurants?
Oh, surely, by all means.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna have to walk a few feet before I get to the restaurants, but wanted to know what's going on with the show so far.
All right, okay. Well, whilst you're walking, then I'll come back. And going on with the show, well, we've got a full show tonight. I'm just waiting for Bridgetti to arrive. I've just been through the topics. I know we were chatting on Facebook earlier about broadcasting from your mobile, and that's my topic for the weekend, I think. I've made contact with the people at Caster.io, and I'm going to be broadcasting from my mobile over the weekend, which is a first. And I'll say hello to Peter as well, and hope that Peter is okay and resting. It should have been over the last day or so since yesterday's broadcast. All right, okay.
So, well, I'm going to flip the camera here, if I can find my...
Right, over to you, sir.
Across the street is a construction site. Looks like they're building a set of apartments, so they're just putting in the foundation.
Okay.
So it's not really a restaurant, but construction.
Okay, so we're in San Pedro, California.
Yes, we are, and it's a lovely day out in San Pedro. Few feet of me is a store where I can buy a pastrami sandwich, but we're gonna try to visit the surrounding restaurants that are available to people in San Pedro. Here's a building called Shakespeare by the Sea. I'm not sure how often this theater opens, but it's a theater called Shakespeare by the Sea. I need to check the info about their show times. So walking down to a first restaurant I'm seeing is called Godmother's. I'm not sure exactly what they serve, but we're just gonna visit the front facades of the buildings. We're not actually entering to film because I think we need permission to film a business, if I'm not mistaken. Right, Steven?
Yeah, yeah, indeed. I'm just sorry. I'm back. Just a minute. Drop Bridgetti down and bring myself back. Okay.
So I'm just crossing the street to visit the Godmother's Cocktails Ice Cold Beer and Saloon. So just waiting for the cars to pass by to cross. I wasn't expecting to do an impromptu. This is where I live. Just wanted to visit the show, but you know how live streams are. It's just one of those. Let's just do it.
Expect the unexpected.
Right.
Definitely.
So here's the front seat, the front logo of the Godmother's facility, and right now I'm just gonna walk through the other facades of the buildings. You're gonna hear loud truck. They're making their morning deliveries.
Right.
And the next store is called. Gotta watch where I step.
Yeah. Don't fall down at all, and don't step out into the road.
This is called the Happy Diner Restaurant. So that's one of their. That's their logo here. And across from me is a General Subway in the corner of the building there. Subway, popular fast food chain.
Yep, we've got a Subway. Amazingly, we've got a Subway here in Devizes in Wiltshire.
Mm-hmm.
They are global. Okay,
so let's see. There's a parking structure across from the Subway. Not really a important landmark, but the parking structures are important for mostly businesses. So
yeah.
Okay, so now I'm gonna walk across the first restaurant. They're currently closed, so I'm trying to look for. The first set of stores is more clothing shopping. So here's one's called Sea Soul or Dramatic Teak. It's for vintage and special occasions costumes. So we're just kind of looking at their windows. So this is the display of the front of the Dramatic fashion. It's anything but ordinary. So they're showing vintage, special occasions, and costumes. The next store is the Surplus Guy. That's their front sign, and they sell shoes and other things. And,
right.
Here's a van. Yeah, here's a van store, another shoe store, and this is their front thing. And we're gonna go across our first restaurant. It's called the San Pedro Brewing Company.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so I think they probably serve us beer, and they also serve meals too. So right now they're closed. I don't think they serve breakfast.
But yeah, it's only 10:09 where you are, isn't it?
Yeah. So they probably open around the lunchtime area, around 12 noon. Here's another clothing store. So it's a mix of clothing stores and restaurants where I'm walking at. So here's another clothing store. The next store is called SoCal Tattoos. It's not really a store or a clothing shop. It's where you can make a tattoo. So it's not all stores. It's a mixed places of business. And this is where I usually get my lunch. It's called the Philly Bees Pizza subs and salads. So this is usually where I get my lunch area. There's other stores that I could visit, but I think that's as far as I can go. I have to walk back and
All right. Okay.
and get back to things. So what other things do you need to do for the show?
Bridgetti is resetting her machine and should be back shortly. You said you're going to try. I mean, Gospel saw the caster.io earlier, and you're going to try it out this weekend.
Yeah, when I get the time, because I didn't know that you can multicast from a phone, so I wasn't quite sure how the app works. I mean, when you get the app, you stream from the app, or
That basically, and say hello to Bridgetti. Hello.
Hello, 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 hello. My internet's being super buggy at the moment, so let's see how it goes. If it fades again, I shall try my mobile connection.
Okay, good. We're having a tour of San Pedro with Alfredo, but we're also just for a moment, go back to Alfredo. We're actually talking about a program I tried earlier today. I've been using it for a couple of days called caster.io. And today I broadcast from my mobile to YouTube, Twitch, and Periscope all at the same time, and it just worked. The quality on the three sites was just perfect, and no interruptions at all. And it was just my phone on the local Wi-Fi. So this weekend I'm going to be trying it. I'll go back to the three of us on screen. I'm going to be trying it out and about and see if I can actually broadcast to YouTube, Twitch, and Periscope.
Nice. Hello, Gospel.
And Alice is saying hello to Tish. Hello, Alice. And Catherine.
Welcome.
And welcome, Catherine. Okay.
So right now I'm just walking back towards my work area. It's just a bunch of cars moving past, and here's one more site. It's called the Port Town Brewing Company. It's just literally an empty building. I just realized when I'm doing this, I have to watch where I step.
Oh yes, please.
Because I almost
be careful.
I almost tripped over a pothole on the sidewalk, and I didn't notice it. So it's a combination of holding the camera and knowing where you're stepping. So
you got to be very, very careful.
Yeah. So this is like my second or third time doing this. So hopefully I'm a pro already.
Oh yeah.
So this is the Port Town Brewing Company. It's just right now. It's just a big garage storage facility, but it's being used for other things. But it is a historic building. It's the future home of Port Town Brewing Company. So it's going to turn into a brewery, basically.
Wow.
But it has a history of what this building was used for. And here's the public notice saying that it will be used to sell alcoholic beverages.
Uh-huh.
So there you go. That's the building.
Well,
nice.
I just like to say thank you, Alfredo, for taking us on that tour.
Yeah, it was what I wanted to do, Stephen, was I was being Hawthorne and at least show off the SpaceX rocket that kind of sits on top of in front of the building. But the only time I'm able to get to it is like in the evening time between 7 and 8 at night. So I wanted to show that off, but maybe but the timing would be bad for you because you would either be asleep or doing something else.
Well, it'd be that's 3 o'clock in the morning for me, and
yeah,
4 o'clock in the morning for Bridgetti. Yeah,
I don't think we'll be awake.
No.
What I could do is probably stream it to YouTube, and then you would just screen share the SpaceX rocket, I could just dialogue about like this is a SpaceX rocket.
Yeah.
Nothing really. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean that's what we did. Angelica and I did earlier today. We went to a place 2 weeks ago, and she shot video, and then used an editor to put it all together, and then I uploaded it, and we had it in the show today. So that works. That works well. Then you can do a voiceover.
The other tip I wanted to give people, if you're out and about doing like a video, this is where I live. This is what I have. It's a power brick. I think it holds about 10,000 amps. So my advice would be is if you're going to get a video tour of surrounding areas, have your mobile person have a spare power. So in case their battery runs out when you're doing video, you have a spare backup for keeping the phone on.
Coincidence that you say that. That's what I'm planning to do this weekend, is to get a power pack, so that when I am out and about, I can just plug in. So it's an excellent idea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it does drain your battery quite considerably, you know. So I've also got one, because if you're doing a broadcast of an event, even, you know, anything, or using your mobile phone, you're definitely going to need that extra capacity, because streaming does zap your battery like crazy.
Sure does. So I'm just entering my parking work facility. I could be online for a few more minutes. Bridgetti,
okay.
How's your week been? Because I haven't talked or seen you in a while.
It's been a busy week. It was Ladies Go Live week, and I also had some, you know, a bit of a wobbly week. Like we all have a wobbly week from time to time when things don't quite go the way we planned. And I had one of those weeks, you know, where things didn't fall together, and I've just needed to reschedule things until next week. But, you know, my philosophy is always life happens. Don't stress about it. Just move along, do what you can do, and don't worry about what you couldn't do. There's no point, you know, the time has passed. You can't fix it. Just let it go. And that's kind of where I'm at the moment. So, you know, next week is reboot, restart, and back to normal again. But, you know, otherwise it's been okay. I've got nothing really to complain about. And, you know, my philosophy is always, if you have good health, you've got a roof over your head, then you have no reason to complain. Everything else can be rescheduled and redone.
Wise words, wise words. Right, and just to catch up whilst Alfredo's heading towards work, Catherine is saying that you look stunning in all red and pearls, Bridgetti.
Thank you, Catherine and Gospel. I saw the comments. Thanks very much.
All right, okay. And Gospel is saying this, Alfredo, this is I Live Here version 2.
2.0. You know what I should try, and I don't know how that would stream with BeLive. Is I've got a 360 camera. It'd be interesting to see what that does with BeLive. I don't know. I'm not sure if anyone's tried it yet. I'm not aware. Do you know of anyone who's tried 360 with BeLive yet?
Not yet. No. But go for it.
We should definitely give it a try.
Indeed. And
I'm going to sign off, folks. So this is I'm gonna park and then get back to the desk. Thanks for having me, guys.
Thanks, Alfredo. Have a great day further. Bye.
That was good. We've got a view of San Pedro, and as Gospel said, that's I Live Here version 2. Could be the American version. Right, and Abdul is with us today, and salam. Abdul is saying salam to both.
Hi, Abdul. Welcome.
Hi. Right. Okay. Well, there you are. You never know what's going to happen on live video.
No, you don't.
So this is Bridgetti and Steven in conversation, and you're more than welcome to join us. If you type guest as Alfredo did, then you can join us on camera, and come and talk about anything. It's the weekend. We want to wind down, and but we want to review some of the things that happened during the course of the week. And an important one, I think, for everybody who's actually on BeLive is the BeLive TV partner program, which was announced yesterday. And that's a game changer for us. Yeah.
Well, a lot of people, I mean, it's been a long time coming. It's something that people have been asking for many, many months. So I think that's, you know, positive news, good news.
If you apply for the program, and it's open to everybody to apply, you need, before you actually go to the form, I'll tell you now the information you actually need, apart from who you are, is your number of Twitter followers, your number of Instagram followers, and your number of followers or contacts on Facebook. So go prepared with those 3 figures, because otherwise you'd be scrabbling around to find them. And then they want to know who you are, what show you do, and a little bit more information, which you'll have in your head. But those 3 figures of Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, they want to know the follower count. Now, as far as the program's concerned, there was nothing much actually published in the BeLivers group itself, other than the fact that there's the application form. And Jason just said, apply now. And I'm going to go to the application form now to tell you what. So you need your email address, your name, where you are, how long you've been broadcasting, how long you've been using BeLive, why do you broadcast, and how do you encourage your audience to go, the audience to engage with you whilst you are live. And also if you run a group as well. So it's all general information. And Alfredo says he's made it back. Brilliant. Okay, thanks, Alfredo. It's all general information. And if you do succeed in your application, then you'll get your own personalized page on BeLive, and you'll also get your own personalized link to offer people that you know in your network a free trial of BeLive.tv. If the people who take that trial using your personalized link actually sign up for the paid version of BeLive, then you'll earn a referral commission. And we don't know what that is yet, but you will earn it. And looking forward, there will be other activities that BeLive will be helping us with in terms of promoting our shows and in terms of supporting competitions and a whole range of things. So the BeLive TV partner program is open now, and we should apply as soon as we can, shouldn't we, Bridgetti?
Absolutely, that would be great. We've been waiting for it for a very, very long time.
We have. And Catherine is saying, I will apply after I start living. That's a new word. Living, I haven't begun yet. Understood. Okay, that's all good. So that's ongoing. It started, and put your application in. And then something that we've both been doing this week is guesting on shows.
Yes, I was a guest on Ladies Go Live yesterday with RJ, and we had a blast. And I was telling her, you know, unfortunately, we both had internet issues. We've had lots of rain here in Cape Town, which is great news. But because I use a satellite internet connection, it really did mess with my connection very badly. And RJ also had some connectivity issues. She was in a hotel. But we had such a blast, a really, really great show. You know, when you on a Facebook Live with someone and you broadcast with someone that you feel comfortable with, it makes such a difference if you share a good rapport with someone, because you know you and the audience can see that you're relaxed and you just have a great conversation. You know, things just come together. So we had a fabulous time, and of course Ladies Go Live ran this week, which is an annual conference for women who live stream. The whole idea with Ladies Go Live, if anyone watching now that doesn't know what Ladies Go Live is all about, Ladies Go Live is there to support women who live stream. And it's not just about women, because there's a lot of men that support Ladies Go Live as well. So it's a support system for women to encourage women from all around the world to start live streaming. And when you do, you know that someone's got your back. And that's really what it's about. There is a Facebook group, a closed Facebook group for Ladies Go Live. You can join the group, and the support inside the closed group is absolutely phenomenal. Everyone's got your back. So if you're watching, if you are a lady, you've not yet live streamed, and you're looking for a great support system, then do go in and join Ladies Go Live. What else did I do this week? What was on your menu for this week, Stephen?
Right. Okay. Well, we had shows, but this week I was a guest on Heart Mind Conversations with Cheryl Piper, and Cheryl invited me a couple of weeks ago to be on her show, and I said, yes, of course I will. So we had sort of an amazing 40 minutes or so, because these people don't do the hour show, do they? Not everybody does an hour show. You don't have to do an hour. No. It's not a rule, but we just like to. So I posted a link to Cheryl's show, and whilst I'm waffling on, if you didn't catch Bridgetti yesterday on Ladies Go Live with RJ, then you can watch that replay as well. And I've just posted the link in the comments, and it'll be coming up shortly. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, good. You know when think. Hang on. I think it's there. Yes. No, it's not. Yes, it is. Yeah. Okay. So there you are. I can't spell, and I can't change it now. It's too late. So just say Black Belt Bots. If you want to read Black Belt Bots, that's probably the right way to read it. And that was Bridgetti with RJ yesterday. And Gospel is saying it was an awesome show, which is good. Thank you from both of us. Because I mean, we've made some great friends doing this, and guesting on shows is one of the best ways to get known, isn't it?
It absolutely is. You know, you get to know other people. So never turn down an opportunity to be a guest on someone's show. Someone asks you, grab the opportunity, because you get introduced to that person's audience as well. And, you know, it's an opportunity to get to know someone better. There's no better way to get to know someone a little bit more intimately than to accept the invitation to their show. The other thing I didn't mention earlier is that I also started a new show with a talk show with Angeline. We do the Lights Action Camera Live show in the BeLivers group, which is a show just for BeLivers about live streaming. So that's in the closed group. But Angeline and I launched also with Ladies Go Live yesterday. We launched a new talk show called The Conversation. So I'm quite excited about that. The name of the talk show is simply The Conversation, because we can have conversations about just about anything. So it's something that we've been wanting to do for the longest time, and we decided, well, Ladies Go Live conference is a great time to launch it. So I'm very excited about that.
Brilliant. Yeah, because I mean, we've got to know all these wonderful people. Ladies Go Live, and then there's BeLive in 5, and there's Adair and Thione in Australia. There's Netfriending with April. A lot of different groups of people involved. And just to shout out that I will be on the show next Friday with April, which I'm looking forward to.
What do you do? Which show is that? What are you doing? Is it something new you're launching together?
No, we're not. It's just a one-off. It's a one. Okay. It's a one-off show because it's one of April's actually on holiday that day. Because that's the thing.
Oh,
April,
yes.
April's got the problem that when we're broadcasting, she's at work. So by actually doing it when she's on holiday, it fits in a lot better. So it's just a one-off. We tend to do a show together once every 6 months or so, just to keep in touch, because April's show doesn't go out until 8:30 Eastern, which is 1:30 in the morning for me. So there's no way that I could appear on April's show with Roy. So
I must tell you,
yeah,
Theoni and Adair, they did their show on Ladies Go Live, and I take my hat off to them because I've done this before, and it just shows a sense of commitment to community that these ladies have. They did a show at 3 a.m. in the morning on Ladies Go Live. That is commitment.
Well, that's,
and I can tell you, it's not easy to look bright-eyed and bushy-tailed at 3 a.m. in the morning.
I can believe
it's really
you.
tough, but they did a great job. I must give them a shout out for that.
Brilliant. Yeah, I mean, they part of BeLive in 5, and then they've had their own. I mean, they met. They get on well. They do great shows together. They've got their own network set up now in Adelaide, and that's not just online. That's real world network, isn't it?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Where they hold meetings on a regular basis. So we told you about that. Now, our theme today, because we've got a theme. I thought for a change we'd have an idea, a theme. When I started this week, and I'm glad Gospel's watching now, first thing I did the Monday morning was actually watch Gospel's show, and she had a word for the day. And what's your word of the day? Well, my word for the day was actually a phrase, which was promote others, and I've run that all week. So what I've been trying to do is, throughout every show that I've been doing, is to promote other people. So if you have a show of your own, then today is the time to promote it. If you want to post a link to your show or a link to your page in the comments here, then we'll take it from there, and we'll get reminders for your shows. Because I think promoting each other is something that we do naturally, Bridgetti.
Absolutely, and I mean, there's so many great in the BeLivers in this last week. It's always nice. I mean, we've always got the regulars that post their broadcasts in the BeLivers group, but every now and then we've got a new person, and it's fantastic. There's some amazing shows. There's always something great to watch, and I find I'm always trying to have to make decisions between whose show do I watch, who do I watch live, and who do I watch on the replay, because there's good quality shows at the moment, and you want to watch everything. It's not always possible, but
True.
What is great is to be able to just pop into someone's show now and then and just say hello, and say, hi, I can't watch now, but I'll catch the replay. So what I tend to do is, if I want to go back and I want to watch a show, I'll either share it to my page or I'll save it so that I can go back again and I won't forget about it because it's in my saved list. So that's kind of the is I save them up, and then on the weekends when I have more, a lot more time to myself, I will binge watch. So that's my kind of ritual of catching up with everyone's shows.
Indeed, and one of the things I do now, and this is a shameless advert, is that I've set up a page for all the live video hub shows, and you can go to that page, and if the show's gone out on the hub, you can actually watch the replay. And at the moment, we've got all the shows that are coming up later today, so all the upcoming shows are there, but we now have, incredibly, you can sort through 1,250 recordings. So rather than visiting 100 separate pages, you've got all the recordings on one page.
One page.
On one page. I've just posted the link to the page I've just posted. That one page contains all 1,250 shows that have gone out on the Live Video Hub since we started back in June. And you can, from there, watch the replay. You can go to the original post. You can set reminders. It's totally interactive. And I'm just grateful for the people who develop these WordPress plugins, because it makes the page look so good. And I go there first thing every morning and I refresh it, and I then know which shows are coming up during the day, and I can set reminders for them. And if I forget, I can always go back to that page afterwards and just flick through. I mean, we're now in a situation where we can use this like you use a remote control on television to surf different TV channels. We can now surf different shows. And as Bridgetti said, it's the quality is there as well. I think we're making.
I just want to. I'm just running through the comments, Stephen, and I want to congratulate Catherine. She's posted that she's asked her first person to be. She's got her first guest lined up. That's huge. That is something amazing. Congratulations on getting your first guest. It's always nice when someone confirms. So wish you well. Do post your show in the BeLivers so that we can see when you're having it and support you. Let us know.
And right, okay. I've got one or two comments to catch up on. Gospel has posted a link to her show, Monday morning, one word for the week, and I recommend the show. As I say, I start my week with it. That's part of my weekly Monday start, is to go and watch Gospel's show. And April is with us. Hello, April. I would love to promote Joshua T. Berglund to the amazing live shows he has been doing, blowing the lines between business and personal growth. And April is saying congratulations to Catherine too. All right, okay. And Catherine is in. They've not said yes yet, but they will. We know they will.
Positivity. Be positive. We're rooting for you. Yes. Be positive.
And as I say, Gospel, you should catch Gospel's show. And just a reminder, I'm just double checking this because I don't want to misspeak. It happens to me too often. So I've decided to double check this. Yes, I can say that. I knew that April was here. April and I will be on next Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern, and you're more than welcome to join us.
So what will that show be called? Do you know yet? Or
what are we going to call the show? All right, okay. And April saying hello to Gospel, and Gospel saying hello to April. I love how everybody knows each other. Absolutely wonderful. I don't know. Oh, hang on a minute. Oh.
April says it's Thursday, not Friday.
Oh, I got it down for the 14th. I'm glad we're meeting now. And should not. Well, I've no idea at the moment. We'll find something. We'll busk it. We might get together and get a theme together before. After this show, April, I'll double check with you on the date, because it could be interesting. We can move to Thursday. I'm just checking. I've got my calendar live on the show. I'm not going to show you how, well, I could actually show you how busy it is. Just a minute. Okay.
Do you use an online calendar or?
Yeah, I'm going to take a risk here. Okay. This, I'm just waiting for it to come through. This is what my show calendar looks like next week. And as you can see, it's a bit hectic. Each of the rectangles is a show. So it's a busy week next week. So, but we can move from Friday to Thursday, just about. Oh dear. Right, I'm going to drop that off the screen now and stop sharing. Yeah, I use Google Calendar because it's the easiest. I've got the Google Suite, G Suite, so it's just everything's in one place, and
I like that as well. It works for me. You know, everything's on my calendar. I don't trust my memory one little bit. So if I'm planning a show, just put it on the calendar, and then you know it's there.
Totally, and we'll just catch up with the comments. We're going fast and furious now, and April's no idea what we're going to be talking about, and we should chat about it offline. I agree, and I think fate intervened here, April, because you caught the show, and April's just glad I brought up the topic. And to totally confuse us all, April's saying, what time on Thursdays? Catherine's saying, what time on Thursdays? And Catherine is going to do her show at 2 p.m. on Thursdays. So that's 7 p.m. What time was it on Friday? I'm going to link it this time, 12 p.m. on Friday, April, if that's okay. And then we're going to our show at 6 o'clock. So, because I have no Ask Angelica next Friday, so it should be okay. And you see, Joshua, you must have a darn good radar, because April just mentioned you, and you come to watch the show. So hello and greetings, and
welcome.
Two things. When I interviewed Joshua on the live video hub, we had a fantastic show which lives long in the memory. It was just so interactive, and so many people came on, and
April says she tagged him.
Oh, right.
That's
okay.
That's a good way to get someone's attention, is, you know, tag them.
Mystery solved. Thank you, April. And noon on Friday. It is noon next Friday. So that's the 14th at 12 p.m. Eastern. And yes, thank you. And Joshua, whilst you're here, if you want to drop a link to your show in the comments, please do, because the theme of today's show is promote others. So in terms of promoting others, if you want to drop a link to your show, April, likewise, if you drop a link to your show, because Gospel posted her link earlier, please do. Right, okay, I think we're caught up now. Wow, that was a hectic 10 minutes. Right, okay, now, whilst you, Joshua, have you applied for the BeLive TV partner program? Wait for an answer on that.
Don't know.
Don't know. Okay. Right. I've got the list here. I'm going down it, and right, if anybody's got a question for us, then please type it in the comments, and we shall talk about it. We came in with a theme of actually promoting others today, and everybody who's watching the show does that actively. And that's one of the ways that we can help each other, is by promoting each other. And that's in terms of liking or commenting or sharing. In fact, everything you do is a step forward.
Oh, absolutely.
Sorry.
No, I was just agreeing with you.
All right, good. Okay. But the biggest problem that everybody's got really when you start is building an audience. So I'm taking the bull by the horns by pre-announcing something which is going to take place at 10 a.m. Eastern a week on Monday. My task in the next 10 days is to gather a group of people together who were happy to talk about promoting your show and how to go from 0 to 100 in, well, a short space of time. Because the thing is, you've got to do a breakthrough. I mean, if you've got a show which has got, let's say, less than 20 views, then you really need to take action, don't you, Bridgetti?
Absolutely. And there's lots of things that you can do. to increase your viewership. But you only know what you need to do when you see what your organic views are. So watch your statistics. That's a good place to start. Keep an eye on your stats. And Facebook is phenomenal about that. The metrics that they provide is great. So go and look on your page settings and see what you how you are doing. Obviously, when one starts in the very beginning, you can't expect to have 100 views unless you have a phenomenal guest, and that's why you want to find great guests to be on your show, because your guests will bring in their audience. So that's a great way to build audience, is have great guests.
Totally agree, because they will share as well. If they're good people, they will share the show and you'll reach a new audience. So my task between now and a week on Monday is to put together a panel of 8 to 10 broadcasters who've walked the walk, and we'll do a 2-hour broadcast about how to go from 0 to 100, and that'll get you off to a start, and then you can go from there. Because I've been going through on the phone, and I've been looking at shows which are on BeLive, which are getting, well, let's turn this around, could get more views. Yeah. And I'm going to bring those people into the show and to talk to a panel of people who walk the walk. And if you're a person who's walked the walk and you're in the studio with me now, then I would love you to join in.
Absolutely.
Brilliant. Okay. And Joshua's on the West Coast, isn't he? Joshua, I mean, you have an amazing presence on camera and in your shows. This is an invitation, and you don't have to reply straight away, but you can actually join us if you would, and share your expertise with an audience which needs to learn, listen and learn. So I'll draw that up over the weekend and start inviting people. If you think you know somebody who would benefit from learning how to build an audience, then let them know that it's coming at 10 a.m. a week on Monday, and we'll keep you posted as to when we actually get yeses from, well, we've got 2 yeses, that's myself and Bridgetti, and we'll talk to people and we'll get a team together. Right, okay, and that thought came to me last night, so I thought, run with it.
Absolutely. When you get an idea, just go for it. And sometimes you don't have to have everything figured out. Sometimes I think we hesitate too much or too long. We procrastinate, or we try and get hung up on the details. If you have an idea, run with it. If you don't know everything yourself, go and ask people. You don't have to know everything. The live streaming community is a great community, and that's one thing I found. Whenever you ask for help, I don't think anyone has ever said no to me yet so far. The minute you say to someone, I've got this idea, people say, well, great, let's do it. And I love that kind of can-do camaraderie that I've encountered in amongst live streamers. Everyone kind of says, yes, let's figure a way, let's find a date. We'll pull together resources, and that's fantastic.
And just make it happen. And yesterday, Linda and I on Thursdays do the Just Do It show. And that's the same sort of mantra. Just do it. Don't procrastinate. Don't think about it. Just do it. And we just did it yesterday, and we had a guest, and I think we both know Raven Blair Glover, who is
lovely
lady. She's got 2 speeds: our speed, and then sprinting. And when Raven's in sprint mode, you don't want to do 2 things: 1, get in the way, or 2, trying to stop her, because she might fall over the hurdle. So yesterday was just a blast, and it was a fantastic show to actually. We just sat there and we just listened for the best part of an hour, and she had some nuggets to share, and she just gives so much. So Raven, if you do catch this on the replay, I just want to give you a shout out and say you were stellar yesterday. Right, now a question from Alfredo. Bridgetti, page settings statistics you mentioned earlier.
Yes, you do want to go into your, every page has got its own statistics, and it breaks it down, how many viewers you've had. It'll show you whether it's men or women. It'll show you the location. It'll show you how long people watched for. The statistics are very, very broad. So you can tell, you know, how many people, how people responded. And the great thing about it is that you can then make adjustments. You know, if you notice that people are not available at a particular time, or it's more women than men, so you know, think about the topics that you cover depending on the kind of demographics you aiming for. So you know, it's always a good idea to go and have a look at your statistics. Or that's my advice anyway.
Oh yeah, I mean,
particularly if you're wanting to grow. If you're wanting to grow, it's a good place to see where you can make adjustments.
And you want to know you're headed the right way.
Yeah.
Don't you? I mean, if you're increasing, then you know you're doing something right. If the show figures are going down, then you need to look at what was a good show and what happened in that show, what happened before it, what happened during it, and then try and emulate it again. And Gospel's saying page insights, and that's
what it's called. Yes. Yeah.
Gospel. And
Gospel.
All right, okay. And Alfredo is running with an idea with Clint D. Johnson and Quentin Tatum. So look forward to that coming to fruition. And the advice is just do it.
Absolutely. Well, talking about shows, Angelina and I are going live in the BeLivers group, an hour from when we reach the top of the hour, which is almost now. I can't believe it.
Oh, wow.
The time always flies so quickly on a Friday. It's scary. I can never believe that we always, you know, by the time we've talked, or we've got so much conversation left already, and then the hour is almost gone. So, so I think it's 3 p.m. Eastern. Let me just double check. Yes, it's 3 p.m. Eastern. We're going live in BeLivers.
Brilliant.
So that is just within the group, because the closed group, it's not a public show. It really is just for the BeLivers community. Oh,
I enjoyed watching last week's show. Yeah. Okay.
Catherine saying she's going to have surgery. Oh no, Catherine, all the best. You know, I'm sure things will go well. And if you do have a moment, if you can, let us know how it went. And we're wishing you all the best.
Best
all the
wishes
best for that.
All the best.
Yeah.
Right, now you heard it first on this show, but Monday the 17th of September, I couldn't type September, 10 a.m. Eastern, it's Build Your Audience. The show will start at 10 a.m. It will finish when it finishes. If it runs over and into the show David and I do, no problems at all on that. And we just want to get to the bottom of the best ways to actually build your audience and let you take away a blueprint for building your audience from 0 to 100. And that's the mission, is to actually put a panel together to actually run that show. And Catherine's saying thanks. Okay, so we've covered a whole range of things today again. And I just want to say
we have
a special thank you to Alfredo, who gave us a tour of San Pedro in California, which was, as Gospel said, it was I Live Here version 2. So thank you. And Catherine's saying great topic. We hope so. Because, I mean, the thing is that we've grown sort of over the time we've been broadcasting. And it does take time, doesn't it? It's not something that can happen overnight. You put together a plan, but you've got to give it a chance. Yeah.
Absolutely. Highland. It's, getting into live streaming and broadcasting. It's like a plant. It's not going to grow unless you give it water and unless you give it attention. So if you're wanting your plant to flourish, you need to make sure that it gets sunlight, exposure, and you need to water it. Look after your community. So, so don't expect to suddenly have a tree when you've just planted the seedling. There's a process that you need to follow if you want to have a tree eventually, and that's what we all want. We all want the tree, with whatever fruit that's on it, and reap the benefits. So there's a right way of doing it and there's a wrong way of doing it, and this is going to be a great show because I think we'll all discuss the good ways of doing that. And hello to Lynn. Thanks for joining us, Lynn.
Yes, hello, Lynn. And if you watch the replay as well, you'll catch views of San Pedro with Alfredo Tigolo, and that's how the show started. Now, the show always ends because it's Friday and Bridgetti and I are looking forward to the weekend. It ends with Bridgetti's thoughts for the weekend, and over to you, Bridgetti.
I am excited for the weekend. I always, as I said to you earlier, I always like to be able to catch up with shows that I didn't have time to watch on the weekend. I do actually have a live stream on Sunday. I don't have it every Sunday, but I have got a live stream on Sunday with regards to the Cape Town water crisis and a program that's been launched to do something positive about the crisis. So I'm always excited about that because I have great people to interview on that topic. But I've got a show to prepare for an hour from now. So I want to thank Lynn,
Joshua, Catherine,
Joshua. A huge big thank you, Abdul. And also a huge big Abdul. Yes. And thank you to everyone who's watching us on the replay. Always awesome. Because we know that most of the views come from the replay. And just a reminder again, if you're streaming, don't get hung up on the figures of how many people are watching you live, because most of the views come after the fact. So never, ever worry. And I'm going to leave you with one great tip here. When you're starting to live stream, talk as if somebody is there,
Oh, yeah.
Because people are going to be watching on the. Don't be worried and don't say, oh, I'm going to wait for somebody to come in. The people on the replay won't know that nobody was watching you live. So just get excited, do your show, enjoy it. So have a fantastic weekend, everyone. Be safe if you're driving on the road. Don't stream and drive at the same time because distracted driving kills. Please be safe if you live stream. So have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you back same time, same place next week, next Friday. Stephen, what are you doing for the weekend?
For the weekend, out and about, getting some sunshine because it's September, the sun's shining. I just wanted to say to Tish and to Alice, have a wonderful weekend. And from Wiltshire in England, it's goodbye for now.
Bye, everyone.